Hi and welcome to Plantopia Eco Pulp. Today we are featuring our 100% biodegradable watering tray for the CC Danish trolley shelves. During this 5-week trial, we will monitor the performance of the trays following repeated watering and handling. Here you can see us loading the watering trays with trays of plants presented in our Plantopia Eco Pulp marketing trays, which are also biodegradable. You will hear more of these in a future video trial. Now here we are at the beginning of the 5-week trial period, and we start by giving all the plants a really thorough watering using the hosepipe, making sure we water all of the trays on all of the shelves. We need to rigorously test the durability of the watering tray and assess how well it stands up to repeated watering and drying out, and we will repeat this procedure in each of the 5 weeks of the trial. We're now at the end of week 1 into the trial, and so now it's time to see how the trays are performing. As Chris is demonstrating here, we have removed the tray from the trolley shelf, and we can clearly see that it has retained its integrity, whilst also showing that it has absorbed some of the water. There is still considerable strength in the body of the tray and can be handled easily and effectively. As at the start of the trial, we now refill the shelves with the trays of plants, and once again make sure that all the trays and all of the shelves are thoroughly watered again. We're now 1 week further into the trial, and here we get the chance to rehandle and examine the performance of the watering trays during this period. On examination, we can notice that while some of the edges have slightly distorted, essentially the integrity of the whole tray remains really good and still holds on to some of the moisture. The tray handles well, and as can be seen from the underside, still remains strong. The tray retains enough stability to be repositioned easily back onto the trolley shelf. We're now 4 weeks into the trials, and the heavens have opened, giving us an even more demanding test of strength. However, as you can see, that whilst the heavy rain has completely penetrated the trays, the bases are dry and are still able to be handled without problem. The downpour now shows how effective the pulp trays are at retaining moisture. There is naturally more flexibility in the soaked trays, but they are still retaining their integrity and can still be handled effectively. Again, we can see the tray edges have distorted slightly, but there is still good strength in the whole tray. We're now showing the results of the tray after 5 weeks of trialling, and this will be the end of the trial. Notice that whilst being completely saturated and handled repeatedly over the last 5 weeks, we still retain sufficient strength, and the tray has enough integrity to be perfectly functional, can be lifted off the shelves, drained, cleaned, and put back onto the trolley shelves for further use. Any flexibility in the tray reverses as the tray dries out gradually. It is amazing that after this 5-week trial, the trays are able to hold on to so much water and yet be sufficiently strong enough to tolerate further rehandling and continued use. In a world that demands a reduction in the weight of plastic being sent out into the supply chain, isn't it now sensible and logical that we use this biodegradable alternative?